in today's tutorial, we are going to be designing this wedding jotter you're seeing right now on your screen. And without further delay, let us get into it. This is the materials we are going to be using for the design, right? We are going to be needing this. But I have removed the background because we won't be needing the background. You can see it here. We are going to be using it to form an image collage, right? And we are going to be doing that in Photoshop. So how do we start? We start by dragging this to Photoshop. Drag it like this to Photoshop, right? When you drag it to Photoshop, so the next thing we are going to do is to start bringing the images that I want to use. We are going to be putting all these images inside, right? All these images, we are going to be putting them inside the frame that you saw, right? So the first images we are going to bring is this particular one. First of all, bring it like this. You drag it, you bring it here like this. When you drag it in, let's increase it. Then we'll now take our rectangle tool and then we'll drag it like this on top of it like this to where we want the image to end, right? Then we can now delete it, right? We can delete it. Then you make sure that this guy does not have outline or a fill color, right? You come here, you see fill color, you click on here and the fill will be removed. You come to this stroke, then you click, you know that the stroke is removed. You now come here, right, and you right click here. You can see this rectangle, right click like this, and then come to convert to smart objects. When you convert it, you now press Ctrl T on your keyboard, Ctrl T. When you press Ctrl T, right click on it like this, and then come to distort, right? Then you begin to drag this way, bring it down here, bring it down like this, bring it down like this, bring it down like this. The reason why you're doing all of that is to make sure that it doesn't lose too much quality when you finally place the image, right? So that it doesn't lose too much quality, because we are going to be reducing the images to something that will fit into this thing, right? Now that you've done this, how then do you place the image? Don't worry, I'll show you now, right? This is how we are going to do for all of them, all the frames that you're seeing here. Press enter and then it's okay. Then you come to this place, double click like this, right? This is where you're going to put your image. Come back, drag the image, and then you put it here, and then you increase it. Increase it where you want it to be. You know, you already sized it before, so use that size to put it the way you want it to be, right? Put it the way you want it to be. That's the last size. Then you now click. You now press Ctrl S on your keyboard to save. So automatically it will take effect on the image that you created before. You can see automatically it fits into this place, right? So I'm going to speed this thing up, but before that, let me do it one more time so that you grab it. So the next image that we are going to bring in is this one that has fire in it. This one, just bring it like this, right? So where do you want to show? Come to your rectangle tool, then drag like, let's say you want it to be from here to here, drag it this way. You see like that. Then you now, let's delete the image, right? Then you come here, you make sure you remove the fill, right? And then you remove the stroke as well. Remove the stroke, right? And then you now right click like this and come to convert to smart objects, right? When you do that, you now press Ctrl T, you right click again, come to distort, and then you begin to adjust. So the reason why we converted it to smart object is so that when we go and put the image, we can get the exact shape that we created before, right? We can get the size of the exact shape that we created using that image that we brought in, right? So I will do it one more time before I speed it up so that the tutorial will not be too long, and also to make sure that you get the idea, right? Then you press enter, right? Then you now come to this place and then double click. See the exact shape that we created before. This is it. This is the size, right? Then you now drag the image. drag it like this and drag it inside. Then you can now increase it, right? You see it, increase it the way you want so that it doesn't lose shape, right? Increase it, and then you press enter and Control S on your keyboard, and then we'll go back. See now, you see what we have. So let me do it one more time. One more time. Let's bring another image. We are going to bring this particular image. We are going to bring this guy. Let's drag it inside like this. Enter. Right? And then you come to your rectangle tool. See rectangle here. And then you draw a box like this. Right? I told you that the reason why we're drawing the box is so that we can place our picture inside. And then the reason why we need to convert to smart object is so that we can get this exact shape when we get to the other side where we want to put the image. So you understand now. So let's remove the background, the fill color as usual. Come here, remove the fill color, just click and then come to this place and then remove the fill color. You can see stroke. Click and then come here and remove the stroke. Right? Then you can now right click here and then convert it to smart object, right? Then press Ctrl T and then begin to, you right click again, come to distort and then begin to drag it. This is where we are putting it, this place. Are you getting that? Right? When you distort, that's what you get. Let's make sure it fits again. Let's make sure it fits again. Let's make sure it fits again. You can do this in CorelDRAW, but it will take time. It will take time. So I don't want it to take so much time. So that's why I'm using Photoshop to do this part, right? That's why I'm using Photoshop to do this. So when it fits like that, just click here and then come to this place. Double click. The size will open. The size of the image you created, of the shape you created will open. Then come drag the image like this and then drag it inside. Then increase it and bring it down like this. Let's increase it more. Bring it down this way. Enter. And then you press Ctrl S to save. Ctrl S to save. Then you do it this way. Right? Then we can now delete this one. So let me bring another picture. Let me bring which picture should we use now? Let me bring this guy. Drag it inside. You drag it inside. Right. So now that we are done, the next thing that we're going to do is that we are now going to save it as PNG, right? We're going to save it as PNG. PNG. And then let's save. Right? So we're now going to go back to our CorelDRAW. Right? We'll go back to our CorelDRAW. Let's create another listing. CorelDRAW, change it to landscape. Right? That's the size. We're going to change it to landscape like this. And then we'll double click. Then we'll bring one here. And when we double click, a frame will automatically, be created into the box. If you are using CorelDRAW 2021, you may have to draw the frame by yourself. But if you are using a version lower or higher, just double click and then it will appear, right? Just reduce it from this side and then hold your control key, hold the control key on your keyboard and just drag like this and duplicate, right? You see, you now have two, right? Now select the two of them and drag it to the end like this. To make sure that it is equal and A4, group it together, right? Click outside, then copy A4 size and then click on the box and size it. Size it to make sure that it is A4, then you can now ungroup it so you can see, right? You can see. So now that we have this, the next thing that we're going to do is to create margin, right? Create margin. So what we are going to do is that just come here, take your rectangle to draw like this, and then let's put it 0.5, and then this other side 2.5, right? Take it to the left corner, right? Top. Duplicate it, Control C, Control V, take it to the right, right? Control C, Control V, the two of them, take it to the bottom, right? So we can now select all of them and group them. Control G, Control C again, Control V, and then bring to the side, right? So that is it. Then we now zoom it, begin to take our margin, take your ruler, your line, your grid line, begin to use it to create margin, right? So take another one, put it here, take another, bring another one and put it here, right? And then bring another one like this and put here, and then bring another one and put it here, right? So that is it. Then you can now remove them. So it means that every important information that you are going to put here, you shouldn't go beyond this layout that you just created, right? This is our layout now. You shouldn't go beyond this thing. Any important information should not go out. In case they print it and they want to give it to machine to cut, to trim it, they will not trim the important informations out of it, right? Usually this is where the front cover is, right? So the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to import the materials that we are going to be using for the designs. We are going to bring them in. So we right click. First of all, we import this guy that we created, import it like this and put it here, right? And then the next thing is to go and import every other thing that we need. Right click, come to import, and then you come to where everything is saved, right? You can see them here. This is where all of them are saved. You can see we're going to need this, this guy. I've already removed the background. You can see I removed the background already, right? This is for just the tutorial. I don't know the kudos to the photographer and the couple inside, right? I don't know them. I'm just using this as a tutorial. So I already removed the background, and then that's the just import them like this. Right, so the first background that we are going to bring in is this guy you're seeing right here. We're going to bring it, this background, we're going to bring in like this, and then we're going to right click on it and then power click it inside the container, right? And then we'll now go inside the container and then we'll increase it this way, right? Increase it like that, and then we'll click on finish, right? So when we've done that, the next thing that we're going to bring in is this image you're seeing right here, right? So we are going to make sure it is centralized. Let's take it down this way, right? Then we'll take our transparency tool, right? Take it like this, and then we'll blend it this way, right? Let me show you. We'll blend it very well, right? So we'll now bitmap it, come to bitmap, convert it to bitmap, right? And then we'll do the same thing for this side to remove this guy you're seeing here, right? Remove it like that. Then we'll bitmap it again. Then we'll now come to effect, come to blur, and then come to Gaussian blur. And then we'll leave it to like, okay, let's leave it like this, 44.3, right? So you see the way my bitmap came out. If you are using a version of CorelDRAW that is lesser than 2024, right? Once you come to Gaussian blur, there will be a pop-up that will come out. It will not come to the side like this. So just increase it to 44.3. So you understand? So that is it. Then we'll right click on it again and then we'll power click it inside, right? So the next background we are going to bring inside is this guy that you're seeing here, right? So we are going to bring it in like this, and then we are going to take our transparency tool again, and then we'll apply this way, right? As you can see, we apply it this way, right? Then we'll now come to bitmap, we'll bitmap it again, convert it to bitmap, right? And then we'll take it again, we'll apply it to this side, right? And then we'll leave it like that. Let's increase it a little. Let's make sure it gets to the top, right? Let's make sure it gets to the top. That's how we'll leave it, right? See what we have right now. Then we'll now power click it inside. Again, we'll power click it inside the container, right click, come to power click and power click it inside, right? You can see what we have right now. So the next thing that we are going to do, guys, we're now going to bring this guy, we are going to bring it in this way. But before that time, we are now going to take our shape tool, take our rectangle tool this way, and then we'll create a rectangle like this to the top. Let it get to this place, right? Let it get to that place. Let another one come down let this one come down like this rather. And then when we are done, we'll now right click like this, and then we'll power click this guy, power click it inside here, and then we'll adjust it, we'll increase it, right? Let it be increased inside this thing, right? Let's increase it a little more and then raise it up. Increase it and raise it up, right? Then we'll now take our shape tool like this. This shape tool, take it this way. You hold your control key on your keyboard and then drag this node down. You see the second node, hold your control key and drag it down too, right? You see what we have right now. Then remove the outline. So what we're now going to do, you click on this one at the back, Control X to cut it, Control V to make sure it's at the top, right? So see what we have right now. You see what we have? That's brilliant, right? That's brilliant. So the next thing that we are going to do, guys, is that this thing is looking sharp. So we don't want it to be sharp like that. We need to blur the edges. So how do we do that? Click on it, come to Effect, and then you come to Blur, and then you come to Feather. We need to feather it. You see, immediately we did that. See the way it's blended with the background. So that is the idea. I think that's too much. Let's reduce it to like 8, or let's leave it at 13, right? So that is it, guys. That is it. Then the next thing we are going to do is to bring this guy in like this, and then we are going to increase it, right? We increase it like this. Let's make sure it's centralized, or let's just adjust it to make sure that it fits into what we are doing. We need to move this one to make sure it's at the center. Let's raise it up, right? And then let's increase this guy a little more. You see what we have right now, right? So that's it. Let's take our shape tool first of all and crop this part off. Let's crop it. Yeah, let it be within the box. Then we'll now take our rectangle tool again, and then we'll draw this way. We'll draw this way. Let's give it black, right? Let's give it black, and let's make sure it's at the bottom, right? Then we'll take our rectangle tool again, and then we apply it this way, right? We apply it that way. See what we have right now, right? You see what we have right now. Isn't this brilliant? Simple and brilliant, right? Then we're now going to bring their names in here. The names are Mandy and Kenneth. Let's give you white, right? And then we'll bring this guy, this hand, we'll bring it out and paste it outside. Then we're now going to use the font called Swaley. I'll put the font into the material that you're going to download. So the link to download it will be in the description of the video, or just join the Telegram channel so that you can have all the materials, right? So you see, but I will not give you the images, so because I don't have the right to the images. I'm just using it for the tutorial. So use your own image, right? So that's it. The font is Swaley free, right? So that's the name of the font. Then we will adjust it this way. Adjust it this way. And then we'll now come here and then draw a circle like this at the middle. Draw a circle like this. And then we'll take our eyedropper tool and then we'll pick a color from here and put inside. Let's remove the outline. Then you can now bring this hand inside like this, right? You can see. So that is it. Let's increase it just a little, right? So you see what we have right now, right? So we need to put the date. The date is going to be here. The date is Friday, 15th June 2022, right? And then we use Bebas. That's the name of the font, Bebas. Then we'll now remove this Friday from them. We need to separate it, right? Take our shape to increase the spacing or reduce the spacing in between, and then we come like this and paste Friday, and then we reduce it so that it will be at the top, right? So after that, we'll now take our, what's it called, freehand tool to draw a line like this. Draw a line like this, give it outline, and then give you white, and then we do the same thing for this other side, right? So that is the date. That is the date, right? So there is something that the couple gave me, their logo, they already gave me that I should put it here, right? Right, so they gave me this logo that I should use. So I'm going to just copy it like this, right? And then I'll paste it here, always and forever. So I will not just place it there. I will have to remove the background and change the color. So how do I do that? I'll first of all come to bitmap, come to mode, and then come to black and white, right? And then I'll click on OK. Now come to trace bitmap, come to outline trace, and then line art. I'll wait for it to load, right? So let's specify group by color, and then we'll say OK, right? And we'll do that. So the next thing that we're going to do is, first of all, remove this white background. and then we'll bring this one, we'll bring it to this place, right? We'll bring it here like this, right? And then we'll click on this white. You can see how fantastic this is. Fantastica, right? So if you have not subscribed to this channel, I think God beg you, subscribe. Subscribe. Nah, subscribe. Let's grow the channel together, right? You see the premium value that I'm giving to you guys. So let's subscribe so that we can grow the channel together, right? So we are done with the front cover. It's remaining the back cover, right? So what we are going to do now is we are going to now duplicate this background because that's what we're going to be using, right? We'll bring it like this, and bring it here, right? We are going to be using this background, but we are not going to be leaving it like that, right? After I've duplicated it like this, the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to now come inside. We're going to delete this guy you're seeing here. This one, we don't need it, right? And then this background, we'll remove this guy you're seeing here. We'll remove it, right? We need the picture in full. Then we'll now increase it this way. Increase it this way. Increase it this way. Let's come, and then we'll apply this like this, right? And then we'll now, let me bring it down a little. We'll now come to effect, come to blur, and then come to Gaussian blur. And then we'll now leave it to like 10.5 or thereabout. Yes, 10.5. We'll leave it like this. And then we'll click on okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay, right? So the next thing that we are going to do right now is that we are now going to now come here. We need to duplicate this guy, this one, this primary background. We duplicate it, right? And then we come to this place like this and draw a box this way and give it black. Remove the background, then apply this way. You apply this way, right? You see what we have right now. Then we now bring this guy. We'll bring this guy. We'll take our transparency to apply this way. You bitmap it, right? Apply this way again. Then you bring it down like this, right? And then you now come to your transparent 2 again, and then come to normal, merge mode where we have normal, then change it to hard light, right? And then you click on finish. See what you have right now. You see what we have right now. So that is it. Then the next thing we are going to do is that we're now going to import another picture that we used before. One of the couple's pictures. We import it. We bring it. Okay, I think that's it. 7. I think this is it. Right? You just bring it this way. This way, right? You see the way we use it to cover it. So we are not going to leave it like that. What we are going to do is that we are going to come to our transparency 2, right? And then we'll come to merge mode where we have normal, and then we'll click on add, right? Then we'll apply this way because we don't want it to full everywhere. This way. Let's move it up, right? Let's move it up like this. And then we need to take it inside the box, right? See what we have right now. You see what we have. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we are done with the back, right? But we won't leave it like that. We need to put something there. Most of the times, people put appreciation here. They put appreciation here. But in our own case, it's only calendar that we are going to put. So how do we put the calendar? We just come to tools. I've recorded a video on how to generate your calendar, right? I'll put the link at the top corner on your screen. Just click on that link to watch the video on how to create your calendar. So we are going to put calendar here. So how do we do that? First of all, come here and draw a box like this, right? Draw a box like this. Our calendar is going to be inside this box. Then you come to tools, right? And then come to script and then come to run script, right? And then you just come to this place and click on calendar wizard, right? And then you click on run. Then you click on yes, right? So I'm going to highlight all and I'm going to put it 3, right? And then I'll come here, change it to this color. So I've already done a detailed video on how to do it. So you just watch the video there, right? Just watch the video there. Then generate, right? And then our calendar is ready, right? A detailed info on how to generate the calendar is on the link. So just go watch it. Just type 2025 calendar. Just put it here like this. Let's bolding it. And then you click on white, right? So that is it, guys. That is it. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, right? Please subscribe. Subscribe and let us do this together, right? Let us grow this channel together. So after we put the calendar, we can also duplicate this guy and put it here. Just reduce the little and put it this way, right? So you put it like that. So the final thing we are going to put is courtesy of the couple, right? Just put it down here. Just put it down here, reduce it, right? And put it down here, right? So that's it, guys. So if you watch this video to this very moment, this is where I show you how to mock it up, how to create a mock-up for the jotter, for the notebook, so that you can send it to your client, right? I've downloaded a couple of mock-ups that I would like to share with you. That's, if you watch this video to this level, that means you will be joining the Telegram channel. So when you join the Telegram channel, you will be able to access the mock-ups, right, that I'll be using in this tutorial, right? So without further delay, let us get into how we can mock it up. So first of all, need to export it, right? We'll export it one by one. This side, right? We'll export this side like this. Control E on your keyboard. Export. You know how you export normally now. Then you now come to export, right? You export as RGB, right? Let it be highest 100, and then let's do 500. I like to do 500 instead of 300, right? Then I'll just click OK. I've exported that like that, right? So let's do this other side. We're going to highlight it too, right? You can see, and then we control E, right? And then we now rename it. Let's put it 2, right? And then we now export, right? It's 500, is RGB, and that is it. When it loads, then you just click on OK, right? You just click on OK. Now, let me show you see all these things that you're seeing here. 1, 2, 3. They are mock-ups, right? I've opened them in Photoshop. This is one of them, right? This is one of them. Then this is another one. I love this one so much. And then this is another one, right? This one looks a bit dull, I love these two, I love this one, and I love this one, and I love this one. So we'll be using this one, right? So how do we do it? Then you click replace this image that you're seeing here with your own design. You come to this side, see the properties here, see the element, sorry, see the layout here, right? So this one is saying it's your design here. So you double click here, right? And then you now go back and drag your design, drag this one. This is the front. Drag it like this and then bring it down here, right? And you bring it down here, you increase it. Mhm. And then let's remove this one and then you save, right? When you save, you close, you see what we have right now. You see what we have. Then you can now change the background to something else, right? You can see, you can change it. You can even change it to another thing, maybe like blue or something, right? But anyone that you prefer. I think I would like the white, right? This one like this, the gray. I think I like it. Let's see if there is a place we can change the color of this pen. I don't think there is. I don't think there is. The pen is just there. Okay, I think there is. See the pen here. Text on pen. There is also text on the pen. Oh. Okay, Behance does not does. You can change the color. Let's change the color of the pen to red, right? To red. Let's bring it down to red, right? You say okay. Hmm? Is there any text? Text, right? We come here. We can remove the text self if you don't need it. Except you want to put any text there. Oh. Except you want to put any text there. Let's say we want to put the name, the couple's name. Yeah, that's where uh we can replace it. Let's say Mandy and Kenneth, right? Mandy and Kenneth. Then we'll now save. When you save it, you now close it. See now, Mandy and Kenneth, right? So that is it. As you can see, guys, that is it. And then you can also remove the background if you want. Let's say you don't need the background, you can remove it so that you can go and put your own background. But I don't think there is. Okay, there is. So you can remove it. It's just the shadow that we remove. You can remove it and go and put your own background if you want, right? If you want, you can remove it and put the background. Just save it. But let me save it with background first, right? Just save, right? And then you save it as PNG, as JPEG rather. Save it as JPEG, and then you are done, right? Same thing for this other one. For this one, just click here and change it, right? And this one too. This one is very easy. Sef. Just double click and then drag your design like this. Drag your design like this and bring it down here, right? And then increase it and save. So you see what we have right now. you see, you see how beautiful it is. Hmm? So that is it. And then you just save it as JPEG as well. JPEG, and then you save, and then you save, right? So that is it. See, right? You see, you see, you see. What are we saying? See how beautiful it looks. Hmm?
guys should clap for me in the comment section, man. Clap for me, give me some claps, man. Send me some real flowers, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.